Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 109. Yeah! I actually should say this is like 109.1 because last night we recorded an episode of Bulletproof Underwear with Ceafus 88, and we ran into technical difficulties.
We fucked up.
Well, actually, I'm going to say I fucked up because my recording was the one that failed. I got the video, but I didn't get his audio or Flex's. I just screwed up. So I'm accountable for that. So sorry, Ceafus. We're going to get you back, and we'll have another episode. So we're just like...
we'll get you back on the shoe, man. We'll get you back in the shoe.
So I'm your co-host, Yam Juice.
And I'm your co-host, Flex, or Fleximus Maximus, as I have renamed myself on Skype.
Fleximus Maximus, yeah. So this week, because of circumstances, your guests are that guy
and that guy.
Always good for a laugh.
Yep.
Well, you know, you're getting us here. Let's see. Pretty much everything we had to say we said last night, but we'll just recap it, I guess.
Yeah, we'll recap last night's little event.
Well, that's right. I wish I had the transcripts, but I couldn't record them, so there you go. So anyway,
right.
what's been going on in the gaming world on your end there, boy?
Well, I've been playing Resident Evil Revelations, and I've been really getting into it. I'm addicted to the fucking game. I can't quit playing it. I'm finally to the end. I'm at the last boss battle. Of course, I have no health recharges, and I have very little ammunition at my last save, so if I wanted to increase that, I would have to go back a save and then play through some more, but I'm too fucking lazy to do that, so I'm gutting it out, trying to get the big bosses at the end with no ammo.
Yeah, that sounds tough, but, you know, just keep plugging, and sooner or later...
Gotta do it. How about yourself? What have you been concentrating on?
Well, I've been playing Halo CE Anniversary on the Xbox 360 co-op with Bejewel, and we just knocked out episode 8, our mission 8 of 10 missions, so we're getting close. In that episode, there was this one part where it was like there were these two tanks, and we thought we had to take, and there's all these other guys like shooting at you, and there's turrets, and we thought you had to go in there. We had ghosts. We thought you had to go in there and kill everything. I thought you had to kill everything completely to get to the little flying thingies. What are the flying things? Banshees. To get to the Banshees.
Banshees.
Well, it turns out we restarted. We died. We failed the mission. You know, probably 16, 17 times we failed and went way back to the beginning of the chapter. So it's like, at some point, Bejewel says, wait a minute, there's the waypoint's over there. Why don't we just go far enough to just quickly jump into the Banshees and just leave these guys behind and don't even kill them? We did that and it worked. It's like, oh, fuck. You didn't have to fight all those guys. So we completed it.
Isn't that the way it always goes, though?
Yeah. Well, there's this other mission where you get to a room where they've got one of those little walkways that's made out of energy, and it's sputtering. It's like if you walk on it, it sputters out, you'll fall. So I guess we figured out, like, okay, so there must be some deal where you time your jumps. So it's like you go, and like just before it sputters out, you jump, and it's like, okay, we tried that about a dozen times. So then I just gave up and I went on the internet. Sure enough, you don't have to go on it. You can go around. We wouldn't have ever figured that out.
The gamer's friend, the internet.
That's right. If you ever get stuck on a level,
just look it up on the internet.
That's
just Google that motherfucker.
There's going to be a million walkthroughs. There's going to be a million videos of just exactly how to get through this super tough level. In a way, that's good. In a way, that's bad. What do you think about that?
Well, if you get stuck, it is nice that, if you're hammering your head against the wall on something, it's nice that somebody else that made it through documented it, and you can go out and, I go out. I don't go out and watch the whole fucking cheat video or walkthrough video. I just watch the little bit that I need to get. I watch as little as possible to get what I need, and then I get around it, and then I try and, I buy. I'll admit it. I buy the guides and stuff, but I only use them when I get really jammed up, or if I'm on my second trip through, I'll use them to get every item that is on the map.
Yeah. Because a lot of times
you miss a lot of items because you're busy with the main story.
Yeah, you would have to play the game forever and ever just searching for all that stuff. And some people just don't have as much time as some other people.
You saying I'm a loser and I got a lot of time on my hands?
Well, you're a grown man and you got grown man responsibilities and stuff. Like if you're a kid and even if you're a kid, you've got school. You don't have unlimited amount of time.
School gets in the way of the kids, man.
Yeah. So that brings up another subject that's been brought up recently. Being able to buy packs to get you up to speed. It's like, okay, so for example, in Battlefield, it's like you can grind and unlock all the guns and all the vehicle stuff.
Or you can pay.
Or you can just pay.
And get most of the weapons.
Yeah, well, if you pay a lot, if you pay enough, you can get everything.
No, you can't. You can pay, it's like $50, I think, either on Xbox or on PS4 or PS3, whatever, and you get almost all of the guns unlocked except for a select few, like underhand guns. You don't get the Desert Eagle. You have to fight and grind for that no matter what.
Okay.
So some weapons you don't get with that. You still have to grind for a few, but they're only the really lethal weapons. I mean, the top end, the Desert Eagle pistol in the game is fucking horrendous, man. I mean, it's a one-shot. Obviously, it's a Desert Eagle. It's a
beast.
It's a one-shot kill.
Yeah.
I mean, they hit if you get hit anywhere in the upper body or the head, you're dead.
Yeah, and then I think it's Forza. You can buy cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got Forza, and I had the season pass, so I won't buy the car packs because I think they're a ripoff.
Well, they're not cheap.
No, they're not. They want like a car pack for 6 car packs is like $50, $60. But to get back on the topic at hand, do I think it's right or wrong? I don't think it's wrong, but because just like you just said, some people don't have the time to put into it. Unfortunately, some people don't have all the time in the world to put into it, or they suck, like me, for example. And I can't complete an assignment to save my ass,
Now, you played video games before there was walkthrough guides on the internet.
Yeah.
How did you manage back then?
I used like God mode if I needed to get around something, or there were bulletin boards that had text walkthroughs.
Yeah.
And I'd use those. There were always, for me, because of my technical background, there was always access to some form of a walkthrough, even when I was doing
magazines like Nintendo Power Up magazines.
Exactly. Even when I was doing PS1 games like the original Silent Hill, there were guides then to get through it. But honest to God, I went through Silent Hill 3 times on the PlayStation 1 and never used the guide once. And let me tell you, that Silent Hill is one confusing fucking game, man. I mean, you never know if you're in the real world or the Silent Hill world, and there's all kinds of puzzles and tricks and shit. It's like Resident Evil kind of in a way. Resident Evil is another one that uses a lot of puzzles and tricks and shit like that, and going back and forth from one area to another, and you got to start memorizing the different hallways and where you've been, and man, it gets crazy.
You know what? There have been games where I just stopped playing because I got stuck. I couldn't.
So have I. Honestly, have I.
There's some puzzle or something that I just couldn't figure out, so I just never went back to it.
And usually, what I do is I'll have a game like that. Like I'm at a point like that in Tomb Raider on the PS4, and I'll just walk away from it for a while, and then when I ain't got nothing else going on, I'll jump on and take a shot at it, and then I'll make it a little ways further, And because I'm getting to the point in Tomb Raider where it's getting over 60. I think I'm over 65%.
Oh, well, let's see. Now you're really invested. You got to finish it.
Oh yeah, and it's starting to get hard. It's starting to get hard. The puzzles and the tricks and all that shit's getting a lot harder. So, but
well, there is a point where there's just too much frustration. But then there's some people that would argue it's like, hey, if you can't cut it, then you can't cut it. Fuck you. You shouldn't. You shouldn't be playing video games if you can't cut it.
You should say chuck it and put it in.
Maybe take up stamp collecting.
No, what I don't advocate is buying cheats from people on the internet, like aimbots or what are some of the
wall
other
hacks,
wall hacks,
flying,
all that shit, God mode, because you can go out on the internet and you can pay someone to get those hacks for the PC and
some console games.
Some console games, they've got some ability. I don't know how they do it, if they use a thumb drive in the USB port or what, but they're using aimbots and hacks and that too.
Yeah. Well, if you've ever played World at fucking War, Call of Duty World at War, it's like
half the people are flying around and half the people are purple.
It's ridiculous, in the game. It's like I tried to play that game like for the first time, I think in 2011, and it was only a couple of years old at that time, and it already was hacked. It's like,
yeah, it got hacked right away. I don't know why.
It got hacked fast, and they just stopped, policing
supporting it. Yeah, they just didn't bother to support it.
Well,
but to answer your question, do I think that if the software company's offering me the opportunity to get some shortcuts if I want to pay for them, my answer is yes, that's okay. But by the other side of the token, I don't think it's okay to buy hacks and hack the game or hack the code of the game, whatever, and use aimbots and shit like that. That ain't cool.
Yeah. Do you ever think that sometimes the game manufacturers make the grind so long on purpose in order to sell you shit? It's like, well, you can unlock everything if you want, but like a lot of free-to-play games are like that.
Yeah,
it's like you can buy the shit that you want,
or
you don't have to buy it. You can just grind it, but it's like the grind is so slow; it'll take you forever.
I tried in Battlefield 3 to grind it out, and it was like my reflexes are poor to the point that when it comes to using a pistol, I couldn't get the pistol ones. I couldn't get some of the assault rifle ones. I couldn't do it. But I eventually, did. I mean, we played hours and hours of Battlefield 3, though. I haven't played hard. Honestly haven't played nearly as much Battlefield 4 as I did Battlefield 3. That's going to change, though.
Okay. So have you tried playing many of the free-to-play games? I've never tried one.
Not really. I'm not into the free-to-play games. Most of them have some kind of a hook in them, like you said, where you have to pay to get, the good stuff, or you got to grind the shit out of it to get there. Shelby loves those kind of games. She plays them all the time, where you got to just grind it out to get to a certain achievement, to get, like a certain weapon but yeah, coming up, we got the Battlefield 4 server on the Xbox side, the 360 side working pretty good. It's been pretty stable. Everybody's been pretty happy with that. And just now, just hot off the presses, we're coming out with I'm not coming out with it. We're coming out with it as a group, a PS4 rented server.
Okay.
For Battlefield 4. So we got that happening. Mango's spearheading that.
All right. Well, Mango's a brand new, freshly minted PS4 Battlefielder.
So am I, kind of. I haven't played a lot of Battlefield. I'm still like a number 2 or 3, so I got.
Really you gotta get cracking.
I got some ass busting to do, man.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to be able to play with anybody you want. If you be a multi-console.
That I can do, and I haven't played a lot with the folks over on PS side yet. I haven't had a chance to play with Rock and Heathen and Cobalt and all those people. So it's like it's going to be fun. Then I'll have the opportunity. I can play either console, And then we got a Halo thing happening, so I can be playing some Halo too. And
yeah, well, the one thing about Halo is you don't have to worry about people on the other console side.
Well, yeah, but the fact of the matter is it's such a doldrum right now. It's refreshing to have some excitement back in the gaming for me, you know, because it's like it's been kind of dull, you know. I mean, nothing really happening except the Destiny beta, and that kind of was like a fart, you know. I mean, it was gone.
Right.
And, can't wait for that game, man.
It'll be here before you know it. It's coming up. It's coming up. What?
I'm getting Madden this year. I decided to get Madden this year.
Okay.
I get it about every 5 years. I pick it up and try it. But yeah, every 3 seasons, 4 seasons.
I bought it used before. You know, when like you go to GameStop and you find one that's about 4 or 5 seasons old. It's cheap as dirt.
Yep.
I've done that. I've never played online. I've never played online.
I heard the graphics on the Xbox are going to be really good. So.
Oh, I'm sure, because they had really good graphics on that even, you know,
last fall.
Even a few years ago, they still had really good graphics. But
and then we got Destiny coming up, and then the same day that Destiny comes out, believe it or not, NHL 15 launches, the hockey game for EA.
Oh, no, you're going to get that because you're a hockey dude.
I'm getting that because I believe Mango and maybe Shiz are getting it for the PS4. We're all getting it for the PS4, and we're going to play.
Well, I've never played a hockey game before, you know, so I don't know if that would be for me. But if those other guys are not super experienced, then maybe I might do it. If they're like, oh, yeah, I've been playing hockey for years, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, we've all been kind of playing for a while. Well, I've been playing it since Xbox 360 started.
Yeah. So I'm probably not going to go in for.
No, I would. If I was you, I don't think it's your kind of game.
Well, for one thing, I don't even understand the rules of the actual game. So.
Yeah, that puts a little hindrance on you right there at the beginning. That handicaps you a lot.
Yeah. Well, not that I couldn't learn, but it's like. Anywho. So I got a question. Like, it seems like it was not that long ago. Whatever happened to Watch Dogs?
You know, I don't know. It just kind of like came and went. It was like supposed to be such a great thing, and I had it for a while. I'll be honest with you, I traded it in because I got bored with it. It was all, you know, it was neat, but it wasn't like something that would hold my interest. It didn't hold my interest.
Yeah. Well, I like on my friends list, like when I look on and see who's playing what, I haven't seen anybody touching Watch Dogs for a long time. It's like
once in a while I see somebody playing it, but I picked it up for the PS4, and it was just like, I don't want to give any parts of the game away, so I'm not going to get into it, but I just didn't care for it. I'll just say that. Yeah,
well, it was really, really hyped. It was really big.
It was hyped a lot.
They sold a shitload of them.
Yeah, and then nobody's playing it, so...
Nobody's playing it. Nobody's making videos about it.
Go figure. Yeah, I never even capped it.
Yeah, you know what's funny is it sold shitloads. I mean, I don't know the numbers, but I know that it was extremely successful because it was on 4 platforms and maybe even PC. I don't even know, but it sold great. But gamers didn't stick with it that long. And same thing with Second Son, infamous Second Son.
Yeah,
that game sold really great.
And then just poof.
And it just vaporized. And Titanfall, it did really well. It sold a lot of copies. And then it just went away. It's like, what does it take?
Well,
what does it take to get people to play these games?
Right now on Xbox One, Dino, Al, and Chester Moon are all playing Titanfall right now. So I've been playing some Titanfall.
Well, hit me up, man. Hit me up.
I will.
I still like that game.
Do you get the maps?
I can get them. They're cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, I had an interesting problem with my PS4. I had to disconnect it from my capture device, my Hauppauge Rocket.
Really? What's wrong?
Yeah, it was funny. I bought, and it happened with another game. I can't remember which game. It might have been Watch Dogs. No, it wasn't Watch Dogs because I didn't cap that. No, Tomb Raider. It was Tomb Raider. You would you would. I started the game, The Last of Us, and the guy walks in the room and he's talking on a cell phone, and you can hear him fine, and then all of a sudden, boom, the audio goes to muffled. You can hardly hear anything. And I tried everything under the sun, and the only thing that corrected it was to plug it directly into the HDMI to the TV.
So just take the capture card out of the equation.
I had to take the capture card out of the equation, which I don't mind. Which I don't mind because you can capture with the PS4. You can capture up to 15 minutes at a time, anyway. So
yeah,
it's a little different than the Xbox One, which only gives you those little 30-second clips.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I tried to get a hold of Hapaj about it, but they weren't real helpful, and all they said was there's a software tool that you use to set the settings for the device, and they said turn up the game volume on there, and I did that, and it didn't make any difference. So, but I did get the microphone working, so I can cast while I play.
Do a live com?
Yeah, I can do live comms now.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
And,
so
and when
does
we
it
play
does
together,
it do like that every time, or is it just a few times it did that?
Every time. It did that every time. Every time.
Have you tried it with your Xbox?
Works fine with the Xbox.
Really? It could be on Sony's end. It could be their HDCP.
The way they set up their HDCP release.
It could be, yeah.
I don't know. As long as I can record with the Sony itself, you have to kick it up to Facebook instead of YouTube, and then copy it off Facebook and put it to YouTube. So
I know that's cumbersome.
It's a little grainy when.
Well, if you
done.
already have a capture card, that seems ridiculous to have to go through all that shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, my Xbox One, I have it plugged in through a capture card, and whenever I want to play a Blu-ray, the screen won't even come on.
Right.
With
it
the capture
knows
card.
You got it. knows you got a capture device connected.
So I just have to unplug the capture device if I want to play a Blu-ray through it. Which.
Whatever.
Well,
that was another. I think the PS4 is the same way, so I'm glad. That's why I'm glad I unhooked it, because now I can watch Blu-rays through my PS4 if I want.
I still got to get my PS4 warrantied out. I just haven't got around to doing it.
Don't fuck around, man, because if you get past that year, they'll fuck you.
Yeah.
Get it sent in and get it. Make sure you get a hold of them, get your RMA, and get it mailed in.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like Amazon for a lot of things, but I'm never going to pre-order anything big like a PlayStation or Xbox or anything like that.
From Amazon?
Yeah, because you got GameStop. If you got a problem, you just waltz into GameStop, whip, bang, boom, and your problem is solved.
Yep. My guy at GameStop's really good.
Yeah, I wish I'd got my shit, because I got both my next-gen consoles on Amazon, and they were both late. They were day one editions. And I got it 3 full days later. It's God damn, I was pissed.
Yeah, I remember you were pissed off about that. I would have been too, man. Oh, fuck, man. It's guaranteed day one delivery, and then they don't deliver it, and what do they do for you? Oh, we refund your shipping. Well, wasn't it free shipping?
Yeah.
So, fuck, what do you get? Nothing.
Well, I got the Amazon Prime. It's as if I didn't already have enough free TV stuff from Netflix and all that other shit.
You got Amazon Prime too.
Amazon Prime, you get free 2-day shipping on a lot of stuff. Not every single thing, but a lot of stuff. And you can just keep shopping until you find a vendor that will do 2-day shipping. But you also get access to their Amazon Prime TV, which is like Netflix.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that Netflix has that they don't have.
I got Hulu and Vudu. I got Hulu. It's pretty good. They got some shows I like, but they don't have all of them.
Yeah.
You basically have to enroll in all of them to get all the shows,
Right.
Because some have some shows and some have others. And
well, they work out deals with studios, Universal or whatever. You'll have all of their movies on this platform, but not on that platform. Another one, Stars, you'll have all their movies on this platform but not that platform. It was whatever.
Yeah.
So if you have to watch a specific movie, that can be a problem. But you know what? There's so much out there. If you're in the mood to watch a movie and you don't have to watch a particular movie. There's fucking shit to watch.
Oh yeah, and
There's
then
shit to watch.
Xbox, you can rent movies themselves on Xbox itself. All the movies you want, the new ones, new releases and shit. So you got that too.
Now they've got some sort of batch of free movies. With a subscription to Xbox One, you get I forgot the name of the app. Is it Crunchyroll? No.
No, I think it is Crunchyroll.
I can't remember, but it's like I already got. Plus, I have an app on my computer to play Comcast, movies on demand. So it's like there's so much content you can watch.
So do I. I got HBO to go and Xfinity, and then on my phone I use for streaming. When I'm around the house, so it's on the LAN and not using my minutes or my time, my data. Is I use Xbox Music for my streaming. It's almost flawless, man.
How's the preferences and the selection and stuff like that? Does it give you what you want?
Oh God, yes. I mean, they have the selection is just unfucking believable. Right now, I got my main mix list has got 780 songs in it, and it's 62 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
I can listen to that fucker for 2-3 days and never hear the same song twice.
Okay, well, speaking of subscription services, this week EA announced that they've got a new subscription service.
Yeah.
So for $5 a month or $30 a year, you can play EA games, and it's Xbox One exclusive this time. Right now, there's only I think 5 games that they've got on it: Peggle and Battlefield 4.
Battlefield 4.
Yeah, they got some sports games, but they're expected to add a lot to that. And Sony came out with a response. This is like, we chose not to do this because we don't think it's a good value for our Sony customers.
Yeah.
Well, that's all fine and good. Thank you for looking out for your customers, Sony. But they have they have their own streaming service. It's called PlayStation Now. It's in I think it's in beta, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I checked it out.
Okay, so for $4, $5, $6, you can play a game for 4 hours.
Right, it's hourly on the PlayStation.
Or you can play it for 30 days, or you can play it for 90 days. For like $50, you can play a year-old game for $50 for 90 days. It's like where you could go to fucking GameStop and buy it brand new for cheaper.
Yeah, but see, they envision eliminating GameStop, so they think all the suckers are going to quit buying discs, and it's like, fuck that, man. I'm not downloading everything. I'm not going to buy a fucking 4 gig laptop drive so that I can. That was Sony's one big fuck up. Okay, getting on my soapbox here. I'm a little huffy about it.
A little salty.
They're a little salty. They didn't put in support for external fucking hard drives, man, and that's bullshit. All you can use is a 64 gig. Can you go 64 gig with the thumb drive on the PS4? I think.
I don't know the size.
I think that's as big as you can go.
But you can exchange the internal hard drive.
You can swap it out, unlike the Xbox One, which you cannot swap out. You can swap out now it's approximately $60 to $80 for a 1 terabyte laptop hard drive.
You can use any laptop hard drive you want, including solid state drive, right?
Most of them. I don't know about a solid state, but most of the SATAs, you can use. But a terabyte drive will run you $60 to $80 depending on what you buy. But think about it. I got it comes with a half terabyte, right? I've filled up half of that because I put Last of Us on there. Every time I get rid of a game, I uninstall it so it's not leaving the residue behind. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting at about half of my space left. If I add another half terabyte, what's that really going to buy me? In a year, it'll be full.
I know, that's not much.
Then I'll have to upgrade. Now,
it's probably a better. it's more in the real world. Probably external hard drives make more sense. You just like
Pop one on.
get another one. You can buy external, 1 terabyte hard drive for like $59 or something. Just like you just keep a batch of them.
I bought a USB. I bought a USB hub from GameStop. You plug in, and I can plug in as many drives as I want.
Yeah.
I got 4.5 terabytes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, they fill up so much faster than you think they will. They really do. It's like nowadays you have to, like, they sell all these games over their systems. You can buy it on PS, their network, or you can buy it on an Xbox network. You can buy all these games as they come out, but they're huge.
Yeah, they're like 6 gig, 7 gig.
Yeah,
they're
fucking
fast.
giant. Yeah, and it's like if you install a few, you play a few betas or something, and it's like you fill up this stuff fast.
Now, do you remove your betas when you're done with them, or do you keep them?
I've never done it yet, because I haven't run out of hard drive space.
I delete them.
But if I start to run low, like my Xbox 360 only has like 20 terabytes left, or 20 gigabytes left, which is not much. I'm going to have to go through there and clean out some shit.
Hey, everybody, look, Mrs. Flex is home.
Hey, Mrs. Flex. She can't hear you. Or she can't hear me.
She can't hear you.
Yeah. Wave, wave.
There she was. She waved.
All right. So is that the main way you guys come and go from your house is through that door?
Through that door. That's our main door. We live in a split level, so.
Yeah. I've seen pictures that you've taken from outside. It looks like a sweet setup.
Yeah, it's a nice house. It's got a nice yard and stuff, and we like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hotter than hell outside right now, but.
We're having remarkably good weather right at the moment. The last week has been cool and overcast, so you can go out with no jacket, but you're not hot at all. Not at all.
Yeah, see, Minnesota this time of the year, you're talking mid-80s to low 90s, and it's like you walk outside and it's humid. You break a sweat if you fart, man.
Yeah, it could be worse, though. It could be worse. You could be living in a lot of places that are hotter than that.
Yeah.
Like you could be living in Texas or Sacramento or...
Oh, God. Texas gets terribly hot.
Yeah, Sacramento is fucking pretty horrible,
toasty.
Too. Yeah, it's toasty.
LA gets pretty toasty.
Yeah, although it's close enough to the ocean. It keeps it. It's like San Francisco, the Bay Area. It's like the ocean kind of is like a built-in air conditioner. If you're close to the ocean, now if you're on the other side of the hills,
then it's hotter than hell.
It's fucking hot as shit. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like we have the Bay Area here, and we have it's like there's a flatlands close to the coast, and then there's some hills. And it's like if you go through the tunnel and get on the other side of those hills, boom, it's like instant hot.
Yeah. Poof.
Yeah.
From cool to hot like that.
And the same way in L.A.
Where I went to school, I went to school in Duluth, or in Superior, Wisconsin, which is right next to Duluth, Minnesota. It's on Lake Superior, which is one of the biggest freshwater lake in the country. And I was walking home from school. It was 75 degrees, and the wind switched and came off the lake, and it was cold the water was still cold on the lake. Mm-hmm. And within 5 minutes, it went from 75 degrees down to 38 degrees and started snowing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, see, the reason they call Chicago the Windy City is because it's located right by the Great Lakes, and
yep.
And that air over the Great Lakes is much cooler. So it's already cold over there.
Yeah, and then that wind blows over there.
But in the summertime, it probably keeps it nice and comfy.
It does. I lived in Chi-Town for 3 years.
Chicago, my
if you live
kind
too
of
far,
town.
but if you live too far, like we lived in a suburb, if you live too far away from the lake, it gets hotter than hell. So it ain't no different than anywhere else.
Yeah. So what are you going to be focusing on in the gaming world next week?
Next week, probably going to be playing a lot of Battlefield, some Halo, I think we should do a turd with Halo 4 again and see if we can get more people to come.
That didn't work last week.
I know it didn't, but I'll try and invite some outside people. Invite some Halo guys that you know, man.
I'll see if I can get some Halo guys, but they'll eat our lunch.
I don't care.
I just
want to play.
I don't care, yeah. Well, you know, I think I'm going to go into Halo 4 and see if I can rig up a custom game or two or something like that.
Well, because Ryder went out and bought it just for the turd, man. And he didn't get a chance
we don't want
to
to hang him out to dry.
We got to play again, man.
Let's talk Pico into getting it.
Yeah, let's talk Pico. You're watching this and we know it. Go get it. Go get Halo 4. It's Monday today. Get it and get it for Tuesday night, man.
Pico, we're talking to you. And anybody else who talks to Pico, who sees this, tell him to get Halo 4.
Pico, pick up Halo 4 now.
The poor monkey turd. The turd has fallen on hard times.
The turd has fallen on some hard times due to the lack of entertainment and games.
Yeah, it was going strong for a couple of years.
There's Battlefield, but Battlefield's not really a turd game. I mean, you know,
you don't set up private matches with weird setups, and
you can't do that in Battlefield. So
I think that's a mistake. I think they should come out with their next Battlefield. If they did have it set up with private matches with, like, you can change the rules and you can dick around with it. I think that would be an improvement, don't you think?
But I do too. But then they couldn't sell rental servers. Money.
Well,
all about money.
Here's the deal: make it so it's only available on rental servers.
See, that's what I think they should do. You can set your server to private, but you can't do any funky, you know, like we do with, you know, the Sandy Vagina games with the, you know, the Uzis with the hologram on it, and all the crazy shit we do at the Monkey Turd.
It's like that's always fun to make it as difficult and frustrating as possible.
That's the whole point, man.
Give everybody weapons that don't work for shit.
I think Viper played one night, and he's like, "What the fuck's the point of this?" And I'm like, "Exactly."
Well, in Halo, you can do just amazingly crazy things.
I know. You can have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, you got people have made their own maps. You know, there's like warthog races and shit like that.
That's fun. That's fun shit.
Trying to drive each other's warthog off the edge. That is fucking hilarious.
It's funny.
Anyway, so I think we've covered this week's episode good again. Once again, my personal apologies go out to Ceafus 88 because we fucked up. I fucked up.
Ceafus will be in touch. Get you rescheduled if you want, man.
I can promise any future guests on.
Sorry, brother.
On Bulletproof Underwear, this will never happen again. This is the first time it's ever happened. So far, we've always been able to save our bacon. It's like if I screwed up, Flex was able to pick it up, and if Flex screwed up, I was able to pick it up. It's like we've never actually had one that we had to
209.1 or 109.1 episodes, and we never fucked one up yet. So that's not too bad. But
yeah,
all right. So there we go.
So I'm your co-host. Thank you for watching Bulletproof Underwear episode number 109.1. I'm your co-host Yam Juice,
and I'm your co-host Flex. All right.
Best part of the episode.
The best part. Now it leaves us with the last part of the episode.
Take us out, Mr. Flex.
See y'all later. Bloop.